I'm here with Dr. Josip, who is a chiropractor as well as the clinic director of National Spine and Wellness here in Calgary. He's kind enough to give us a tour of National Spine and Wellness. This is the reception area where people first walk in, right?
Yes, this is a reception area. We do have some products, braces, some muscle creams, some myofascial rollers, foam rollers, custom-made braces.
And you were saying that those braces up there, those are like specifically designed to fit patients?
Yes, these are custom-made braces, and they are for ACL. Somebody tears their ACL or they have bad arthritis in their knees.
Okay.
Those are good braces to get, but they're not cheap.
No, yeah. Yeah, the paint on them, or the finish on them almost looks like car paint. Yeah, it's really neat. Wow, Josip, this looks really neat. I've never seen anything like this. What is it?
So this is our neck machine. It's called the MCU, or a multi-cervical unit. And basically what it does, we can objectively test somebody's neck range of motion and their strength.
Oh, wow. So the person sits here, and then is this like a monitor, or what goes around their head?
So this is a bit of a halo here, but we have a headpiece that fits on their forehead.
Okay.
And as you can see over here, this looks like a gym plate.
Yes, yeah.
And basically, if we find somebody's neck is weak, we can devise a workout program to get their necks stronger. And if this person was sitting here, their head would fit here, and they would be pushing backwards, getting stronger in their neck. And this can go forwards. We can also move this around to go side to side as well.
Wow. Yeah, because the neck is so important and so delicate. So this is kind of like a controlled way and a safe way in which people can kind of exercise those muscles.
Yes,
okay.
but more importantly, when we assess somebody's neck, it gives us an objective measure of how strong their neck is compared to their gender counterpart.
Oh, okay, okay. So does that kind of give you then like a baseline, and then are you able to measure that down the road again?
Great question. So what we do is we assess somebody to see how strong their neck is.
Okay.
And if we find their neck is weak,
yes,
we do a program on our machine here, research program protocol.
Yes.
And then when they're done that protocol, we assess them again, and then we have another measurement. I can show you a sample of somebody's measurements.
Sure.
If you can, if you can see this.
Yes.
So the first, this is range of motion here.
Okay.
And this is strength over here.
Yes.
So basically, here is where a normal person should be, this red line, and for going forward or flexion, it is 60 degrees.
Yes.
And this person, when we measure them, it was close to it, but when we did the program, it went up just a little bit. But more importantly, this is the strength. And they were quite weak in the assessment. Okay. And then after the program, we put their neck strength in the normal ranges.
Oh, wow. Wow. So that really helped the patient.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Josip, I know that you help people every day, but is there a story that kind of stands out to you in which you were able to help a patient and that they're feeling a lot better, they're living a lot better life as of now?
There are lots of stories, but with our MCU machine in particular, we see a lot of patients that have failed manual therapy care, seeing manual therapists. Okay. And when they come and see us, when we actually assess their neck, it turns out that their underlying diagnosis was neck weakness. And once we increase the neck strength, they get a lot better. Some of the symptoms that neck weakness people will present with is they will say, my head feels heavy, my neck is easily injured, I have seen everybody for all kinds of treatments and nothing seems to work. I mean, I feel better in the short term. And then when people come to us here and when we assess their neck and we actually go through the program, this is a life-changing experience for them where now they can play with their kids or play sports, or they don't have persistent neck pain, headaches, things like that. Sometimes we'll see patients with feeling of dizziness as well.
Yes.
That we can help with that as well with this machine.
That's just, health is such an important thing. So to be able to help people like that every single day, that's very special.
For sure.
Yeah, all of the rooms here are spacious, and
right now we have some patients in rooms, so I don't want to disturb anybody, but these are our rooms. Nice. I may be able to just open up one room for you to take a look at. This is what a typical chiropractic room in National Spine looks like.
Here in one of the treatment rooms, Dr. Josip, do you mind telling us a little bit about the clinic?
Sure. National Spine and Wellness is a collaborative multidisciplinary clinic. Right now we have 3 disciplines, chiropractic, physiotherapy, and massage. At one point we have had many different disciplines, but when COVID came in, it kind of changed the geography of our business.
It's a huge challenge to become a doctor. I know that it takes years and years of school and studying and hard work, so it's amazing that you decided to choose a career like that. Can you elaborate more on that decision?
Sure, that's a great question. I went to University of Saskatchewan to do my undergrad in kinesiology and exercise physiology. And I was part of the study. I was a participant in a study where the researchers looked at working out with free weights versus machines. And I was in the machines group and my back started to hurt. And one of the guys that was in the study said to me, hey, you should see my chiropractor. He helps me with my back. I was not convinced at the time, but my back got it so bad that I went and actually saw this chiropractor. And after 2 visits, he treated me. He explained to me what was going on. I thought maybe there is something to this. So I applied to go to school for chiropractors in Toronto, Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College. And miraculously, I got in. And I went to school there and spent 4 years in Toronto and got my doctorate of chiro.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So he was the one that connected you with the chiropractor, and then that kind of just spurred that spark into saying, hey, you can help other people doing the same thing.
Yes, I've never seen a chiropractor before, but I went through schooling of anatomy and physiology, so I knew how the body works, or I thought I knew. But when I saw this chiropractor, he put a spin on the human body, mainly the back, that I didn't really think of, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. So I went down the other path and became a chiropractor. But I was exercise physiologist at one point, and I worked with many people and many populations. Now I do kind of that as a chiropractor.
So back pain can definitely be unbearable. And I know that some people have chronic pain that they live with for very long periods of time. Have you had any patients that have come to you for help with that and that have received success in which they now feel less pain?
Yes, and I can probably talk about this question for days and days and days. But if I can summarize a little bit about back pain is most of us get it at one point. In fact, the statistic is 80% of us will get back pain at some point or another. Probably the 3 biggest factors of low back pain, or I should say mechanical low back pain, is inactivity. Prolonged periods of sitting. And stress. All of which result in muscular and joint tension. And oftentimes when spine is tensioned, people will strain it once they load it. I mentioned mechanical low back pain. Spine is a highly mobile structure, and there's a lot of parts to it. And sometimes some of those parts become stiff, tight, or locked. and that's when you have a hard time moving. And that's all in the realm of mechanical back pain. However, if your back pain goes down into your leg and you get numbness, tingling, fire, electricity in your leg down into your foot, we call that disc related or nerve related back pain, more known as sciatica.
So ideally, it would be amazing if people that had back pain could visit a clinic such as yours. But if somebody's unable to, do you have any tips that could help with their back pain that they could maybe do at home?
Of course. So as I said, three main reasons of back stiffness and tightness is inactivity and sitting and stress. Oftentimes when people get up, move, exercise, people get less back pain. If people break up sitting, that's probably a really big one. Often these days, a lot of our jobs involve a lot of sitting.
Yeah.
So oftentimes people will get up and move around every so on. Every half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. Generally, if one breaks up sitting, they will likely get less back pain. Another thing is managing stress. Now, people will find when they are under more stress than usual, they're going to get shoulder stiffness and tightness or low back or jaw or headaches or things like that.
Yes.
So oftentimes if you manage your stress a little bit better, you tend to get a little bit less back pain. One of the great exercises to increase low back spine mobility is called cat-cow or cat-camel. And what that is basically, I'm going to show you here. One goes in all fours. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot at my hips to get my back moving in this plane. And then what this does is this provides low back mobility. A lot of people that have low back pain, they will have back tightness. And what we're doing here is we're fighting back tension or back tightness to make the low back more mobile.
And about how many reps should a person do, or how long should they do this for?
Great question. I generally tell patients to do it about 20 repetitions, about 3 times a day. And every time one goes up, that would be 1.
Okay, so it's not about how fast you're doing it. It looks like it's pretty controlled movement.
Yes, and people with back pain, they will get pain in certain direction. And it's important to not go into the pain, rather being more of discomfort. Another great exercise for low back is if one is standing and they go backwards and they start getting pain, one of the ways to relieve some back pain would be like this. You can lay down on bed or a couch or something and just bring one leg towards. This is called knee to chest. You can also do both legs, and that will likely relieve one's back pain.
And how does somebody know how far to bring their legs up? Like, are you to do it until you feel a certain tension?
So you want to bring it up so that you actually open up the spine in the back.
I like how on the doors it's got like a family kind of sportiness theme.
Yes. We have a bit of a workstation that sometimes we work between patients if we need to do chart notes.
Yeah.
We also have some products that for patients that we use in these, such as gowns and physiotherapy tubing and shorts, things of that nature.
Very neat, yeah.
We also have some spine models here that when we educate patients how the spine actually works.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I always appreciate when a doctor is able to explain what's happening.
And these rooms are also occupied right now. Okay. So we have some physiotherapy rooms and some massage therapy rooms.
Okay.
This is what a typical massage therapy room looks like.
Oh, wow, nice.
This is a hydraulic table, and then it can go up and down with if we press on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But this is, I believe, a heated
on the
blanket.
top here.
Yes.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Well, that makes a big difference.
Over here, some of our employees come with bikes, and then when they come in bikes, they can actually put the bike on here, and then we have a shower that they can shower here as well.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Very neat. Where are we now?
So patients don't see this, but this is the back of the clinic, and this, we call this room the bullpen, and this is where we all sit and we discuss cases, go over patient files, talk about treatments, talk about diagnostics, MRIs, injections, things of that nature.
Nice. So this is kind of like a meeting place for everybody to collaborate. And if somebody has a concern or needs an idea to help a specific patient, this is kind of where ideas are generated?
Yes, this is where we all sit, and if somebody has a question about one of the patients, then we can all get together and talk about how we help that patient. So we try to be as collaborative as we can by sitting next to each other where we can discuss these things.
Nice. No, I know that you have an amazing team. Just looking at the Google reviews, you have so many 5-star reviews. Do you get a chance to read any of those comments?
Yes, staff tells me about it, and we have wonderful reviews, and really brings happiness to what I do to hear that somebody actually had a good time in the clinic.
Yes.
and got better and now is in less pain, etc. So, and when people are looking at back pain or treatment back pain options out there, they tend to look at the reviews. So really, we appreciate any review that we can get. Sometimes I'll tell patients, if you have something negative to say, forget I asked.
Exactly. And before you're telling me about, I think you had a review contest?
We recently had a review contest, and we split all the practitioners into 3 groups, and then one of the groups won. I won't mention any names.
Sure. I love the ceilings. I don't know how many feet, but it's a lot. It's for a tall guy like you. You feel comfortable in a place like this.
It's not bad.
Right? Yeah. Nice.
Yes. And then if we go around the corner over here, we also have a gym area in the clinic, but it's in use right now, and it's behind this curtain.
Yes.
And it's an area where we see patients and we show them exercises, and we have some tubing and theraballs and Bosu balls and some weights.
Very nice.
And we also have a couple of offices that we have meetings in, and our clinic manager, Sarah, has an office as well.
Nice. So, Josip, with being on Link Life Money, is it okay that we talk a little bit about money?
Absolutely.
Is there any kind of financial mistakes in which you were able to learn a life lesson from?
Yes. So I would probably say my biggest financial mistake was not fully understanding my student loan debt. Now, I had a 6-figure student loan debt, and the bank and everybody, they made it automated so you didn't really have to look at it.
Yeah, you
and
didn't
then
think about it.
One day I wanted to just see where all that is, so I opened up a Excel spreadsheet, and I started putting in the rates and what I'm paying and everything. And I found out that my interest alone on my student loan was $20 a day.
No way.
And then when I found that statistic out, I said to myself, well, this is kind of like taking a $20 bill and just burning it right in front of you.
Yeah,
and
every day.
Yes, and then I made some adjustments so that I can actually pay that off a little bit sooner.
Yeah,
and that got me going into learning a little bit more about finances.
And so did you realize this once you had graduated?
Yes.
Okay, so once you graduated, you looked at the statement, you realized it was about $20 a day.
Yes.
I'm trying to do the math in my head, about $600 a month, $7,200 a year.
Yes.
$72,000 after 10 years.
Yes. Yes. And then
you wanted it gone.
And then when I put it all on spreadsheet, it's a 20 or 30 year thing. And when you look at how much money you're actually, paying to service that loan at the end, it is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, I had 3 loans. I had provincial, federal, and bank loan. And when I was in school, I was, cavalier about spending that because I knew once I graduate, I'll pay it off.
Sure, yeah.
But then once I did graduate, and I didn't really look at the numbers, but when I did, that's what taught me a lot.
That's what kind of clicked in your head, and you had that fire to get rid of that
anger that I
Yes.
needed to pay this thing off as fast as I can.
Yeah. So trying to get rid of that student loan debt, that kind of set you off on your financial journey. How did you go about learning how to make good decisions and good choices about money?
So I think what that taught me was percentages. You know, if you're getting a car loan and it's 5.99%, you need to understand what that is.
Yes.
Versus if you're getting a mortgage on $500,000, but it's 3%, how is that different? And how I started learning was, of course, on my own with an Excel sheet.
Okay.
But then I started reading a lot of books, and I've read hundreds and hundreds of books, and I've honed in some of the things of how I do things today with my finances.
Yes, yes. So it was actually like reading a physical hard
Yes.
copy book and learning
Yes.
from other people's mistakes and good choices.
Yes, and the first book that I read about 20 years ago that a financial advisor friend of mine gave me was The Wealthy Barber.
Yeah, okay.
Now-
That's a classic.
Now, when I read that, I read it, but I wasn't ready or ripe to read it.
Okay.
Once I was done school and ready to work and ready to pay off my loan,
Yes.
that's when made that a lot of sense. And I went back a little bit and I got it back and I read it and I go, okay, now this makes a lot of sense. Whereas before it was this abstract, obsolete thing that I didn't really care too much about. But now when I was ready, I just absorbed that information.
So for me personally, financial stability is really important, and that was kind of my motivation to try to make good choices. What are your feelings on financial stability?
I think financial stability is very important because a lot of the stress in day-to-day life is due to finances. And I think if one can live within their means so that they're not living paycheck to paycheck, I know in this day and age is hard with prices of everything,
Yeah.
but not having to worry about day-to-day on finances is a huge would be a huge benefit to one's not only health,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
their just well-being.
So would you now say that making good financial choices has become part of your life? Like it wasn't just like I'm going to do this for a year or I'm going to do this for a month. Like since having that thought of having the student loan debt, have you been able to make those good choices now for years?
Well, I try to, and every time that I buy something, I go, do I need this or do I want this?
Yes, yeah.
And oftentimes I will, go home and think about it. But when my family is buying groceries, I don't blink an eye. Whatever we need, we get.
You're able to get. Nice. Yes.
But if I'm getting a shirt for myself,
Yeah.
I'll think twice whether I want to get that shirt or not.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and I'm the same way. When I go to the grocery store, I always think, wow, like we're so fortunate that we can get any food choice that we want. Whereas unfortunately, a lot of people in Calgary and in the world are not able to do that because they just don't have the income, and with inflation being so high, food costs go up pretty much every month at the grocery store. It's a huge challenge.
Yes, but I will say that, when burgers are on sale, I eat more burgers. So
Oh, yeah,
I still
yeah.
look at deals where I can
Yeah.
get to pay something for less.
Nice.
And then I know my wife will say, don't get that. It's not on sale yet, but when it comes, then get it.
Then get it. Nice.
So I
yes.
think these small little things add up.
For sure.
And then that's kind of how we try to, we don't go overboard.
Nice,
But if it's
nice.
something on sale or we can get a good deal, we will.
Dr. Josip, I know that the Kidney March has been very important to you. The Kidney Foundation is also really important. I had my first car. I had saved it for 15 years. And I finally decided to get rid of it, and I did end up donating it to the Kidney Foundation. What kind of connected you with the Kidney March?
So I participated in this year's Kidney March for the very first time. But how I first got involved with it is over the years, I have had people working for me and patients that were part of it.
Oh.
And last year, this one particular patient was at the kidney march, and she said to me afterwards, "I wish you were there. My back seized up. I couldn't
During the
continue."
march?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And then I said to her, "Well, why don't you connect me with the kidney march and
Yeah.
see if I can actually be there
Yeah.
during the event?" And then I met with them a couple of times, and they said, "Yeah, no problem. You can come to the march." And then I did, and then I had a lot of fun. And it was a great time, and I saw a lot of people and met a lot of people, and I'm ever grateful.
That's
that I was there.
amazing. Yeah. And about how long is the march? Like, is it a certain kilometers?
It's 100 kilometers over 3 days.
Oh my goodness,
Through
wow.
Kananaskis.
Holy, wow. And were you able to kind of touch base with the participants and maybe help with some of the back issues or any pain that people had?
I saw several people, and I hope I helped them there as well.
Yes, yeah.
But they would walk 33 kilometers and then come into camp, and then I would be in the camp seeing patients there.
Oh, wow.
That's
incredible. So you were participating and then also volunteering and helping during the break time.
Yes, but I didn't walk the march. I was just there as a provider.
Oh, you were? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yes.
Yes. So there to support the march and all the participants there.
Physically to help them get through this.
Oh,
Yes.
that's amazing. That's absolutely wonderful thing for you to do. National Spine and Wellness has amazing Google reviews. They also have a very professional website. The link to the site will be located in the description below. I'd like to thank Dr. Josip and his team at National Spine and Wellness for their time and expertise. I'd also like to thank everyone watching this video on Link Life Money. If you could please subscribe to my channel, I would truly appreciate it. Save money, make good choices, and please be kind.